This is the Anchor Podcast, and we're back again.
Are back.
So today we're going to be talking about what are we going to be talking? What are we talking about today?
Plastic surgery and the
Ooh.
effects it has on mental health. That's apparently the look, the look of plastic surgery, apparently. And the effects it has on mental health. And how it affects basically our everyday life and what we need to do to change all of that and our mentality towards it.
Yeah, because I feel it's taken a hold on society.
Big time.
Big time, yeah.
Big time. And you see it everywhere these days. You see it on social media.
Yeah.
That's like the number one. So whether it be Instagram, whether it be Snapchat with all the filters.
It's everywhere.
It is absolutely everywhere. In person, obviously you see it in person. You can tell most of the time when someone has gotten something done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just does not look natural anymore.
That's right. And I find that the natural was like probably one of the best looks throughout my life. I feel like when I was a kid growing up in my 20s, I didn't really see much of that. The girls were kind of normal. It wasn't very trendy or popular as it is today.
Oh, today it's huge.
Yeah, and I feel like when I was younger, I was thinking about this the other day, that when I was younger, I was able to look at a girl, like a pretty girl, and I was like, oh, this girl's cute.
Yeah.
Like naturally cute,
Yeah.
right? And today I can't really look at girls the same, because when I look at a woman, I see what she's done to her face, and I'm like, can I really call her cute? I don't feel the same way I used to when I was younger.
Right.
I can't really call a girl cute if I know she's done some work to her, because it's unnatural.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's gone out the window, and women are so beautiful.
Yes.
And I don't understand it. Like, some women, even without makeup, I'm like, yo, like, I don't understand it, to be honest with you. I know you guys want to doll yourself up and look pretty, but you're a girl. You're beautiful just as you are.
Right.
And yeah, that's how I feel.
Well, when
What's
it
your
comes
take?
to men, like from my end, if I'm looking at it from a woman's perspective, looking towards a man, like most men don't get things done. It's very rare I find that a man will get something done. And
Yeah.
if they do, they're usually small things like maybe a nose job or, their ears need to be pinned back or something.
Yeah.
It's nothing huge the way a woman feels that she needs to hit this level of perfection that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So that is the difference, I guess, between men and women. We're
Yeah.
a bit more brainwashed, I think.
I feel that too, 100%. I can't deny that. The women want it way more than men do, and that's not to say that men don't think about it, because there are people I know, who have got some things done and who are thinking about getting things done, and I try to tell them, like, you don't need it or whatever, but
What things have you heard of, like, from people that you know or people you've come across that want to get certain things done? Like, what would, like, men get done?
like lines in their faces, like fillers and stuff like that.
Like Botox.
Like
more so.
Botox, just to fix a little bit here, a little bit there, up here, stuff like that. And I'm like, at the end of the day, man, I'm like, those lines just make you they show beauty. I see beauty in that.
Right.
It shows you like you've lived life, right?
Yeah. So are you against plastic surgery?
I wouldn't say I'm against it, but at the end of the day, I prefer my woman or women in general to have nothing and just to, walk the streets with a natural face, a natural smile.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. And I think that also falls into like self-love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I know you look like that, you got work done, whatever. Do you really love yourself as a person if you are getting all this work done?
Right.
And I know people would disagree with me and be like, oh yeah, we all love ourselves. Of course, look at us, whatever. But really, do you love who you are as a person or not? And that's what I want to ask you people watching this. Do you really love yourself, wanting to fix yourself all the time and wanting to perfect yourself?
Personally, for me, like self-love is all about being okay with yourself, knowing your worth,
Yeah.
knowing what you bring to the table,
Yeah.
and knowing that you don't have to get validation from anybody.
Anybody else.
That's what I feel a lot of people are looking for, that validation of like, I need, that man to tell me I'm pretty, or I need that
Yeah.
woman to tell me I'm handsome. And they're looking for that from other people when it's like, why? Like, if you're confident in yourself and you know what you bring to the table, and like I mentioned, you know your worth, then you don't have to worry about any of that.
That's right.
And self-love starts with, which we've talked about in the past, it's being able to spend that time with yourself,
Yeah.
and being able to, read that book for an
Yeah.
hour by yourself, and
Yeah.
go for that walk alone,
And really
like,
loving it.
exactly, and enjoying being with you,
Yourself.
like
Yeah.
yourself. And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't take that time because
No.
we're always looking for someone to hang out with.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what are you doing tonight?
That's right.
And if you don't hang out with somebody, it's like, oh my God, I'm so bored. Well, now what do I do?
Yeah, it's like I can't
Yeah.
do anything. And I feel that some people are actually like that, where they can't live without having someone there. They either need to be on the phone, or on a text message, or on a video call, or with people in person,
Right.
because they can't spend that time by themselves. And I think that falls maybe into a mental health thing. And
Yes.
again, we need to work on ourselves if we're there. If we're at that point, I think we need to work on ourselves a little bit and figure out as to why we can't spend this time alone with ourselves, because that's what self-love is. Spending time alone, enjoying yourself, and working on your actual mental health and loving yourself. Like for me, I can go out in nature with my pooch Samson and really enjoy our time together, and just actually have fun on like a hike or a walk,
Right.
or whatever it may be, in nature alone. I don't need anyone there with me, because I love who I am as a person, and sometimes I can spend that time alone and
Right.
really take care of myself like that, right?
Yeah.
And everyone needs it.
Well, insecurities stem from that, right?
Yeah.
And we all have insecurities to a certain extent, some people more than others. And it's like, what are we doing to heal that part of our life?
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone's so focused on the exterior, but no one's taking time to heal the interior.
Yeah.
And so that's where a lot of problems come from, and
Yeah.
a lot of reasons why people want to get the plastic surgery, and trying to get this like facade, and like
Yeah.
cover all those insecurities up.
That's right,
My
yeah.
issue is not so much people getting plastic surgery, because I feel if you get something done that's going to make you happier, then by all means go for it and do it. If you really feel that it's something that is like truly bugging you, then go for it.
Yeah.
But it's, where do you draw the line?
That's another thing.
Some people start with, oh, I'm going to get, breast implants. And then they move on to, well, I need to get my bum done.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I got to get fat removed from my waist, and then my nose. And it's like, whoa, like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like-
when does it end?
Yeah. It becomes an addiction.
Exactly.
And I think I talked about this before, but I think it would be kind of like tattoos. But it's like, tattoos are so addicting. I find that tattoos is more of an art piece, you know what I mean? But then talking about plastic surgery and getting stuff done, you're actually changing the way you look, your facial
Exactly.
features, your skin, you're removing, you're adding, you're like stretching and doing all kinds of things for validation. It's like, and again, where do you end? Like tattoos, you won't end, because it becomes an addiction.
Exactly.
And again, naturally, women are so beautiful. Like most of the time, I really don't understand it. And a lot of people have tried to talk to me about it. No, it's their business, whatever. I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, they're beautiful and they're changing themselves, right?
Right. So, like, my question to you is, as a man,
Yeah.
I've personally noticed that, like, when I look around, obviously you see it. You see some men who are with women who do have a lot of plastic surgery, and you could full on tell that these women have had like a ton of work done. But the majority of men are with women who are very natural looking, very pretty naturally, and just look like your kind of everyday girl next door type of look. Are men really into the plastic surgery? Because I feel women have this kind of notion that we have to hit this level of perfection and we have to look a certain way with the like full lips and like, you know, the breast done.
Of course, yeah, I get that.
Do men really like that, or does a man normally prefer a woman who is natural? I know we're not going to be able to speak for everybody, or like you're not going to be able to speak for everyone, but
Yeah.
as a man and for the majority, I guess, speaking with your friends, what do men tend to like and go for?
So, I know I can speak for a lot of men out there, because I have a lot of friends who are males,
Yeah.
and we've talked about stuff like this. And at the end of the day, we know what's real, we know what's fake, and to be honest, we don't look for that in a woman. We actually want more natural women. When we
Right.
think of girls who are getting all this work done, we're actually we think of, our minds go to like Kardashians and stuff like that. We don't actually want our women to do all this work to them. We love them naturally for who they are as a person. And I have a lot of friends who actually have wives and girlfriends who are naturally beautiful, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, even without the makeup, I'm like, why do you guys put makeup on? Like, this is insane. And it's all for, again, validation. And I find these women just, need people to look at them and be like, oh, yeah, she is definitely a dime. Like, this girl's
Yeah.
a piece. Like, God made you beautiful without it. He created us
Right.
beautiful without any of this stuff. We don't really need it. Now, if you're thinking about, oh, well, you have tattoos, I could say the same thing about you. Tattoos they're mainly art pieces. You fill your arms up with tattoos. No, we don't need it. But I'm like, I think I can call myself pretty artsy. So I like to fill my stuff with relevant stuff that
And some
have
are
happened.
meaningful, right?
And meaningful. Like, stuff has happened in my life.
sentimental-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sentimental
I
reasons.
find it's a very different thing, because you're actually changing your face and your skin that you were made
Right.
with. So when I say majority of guys don't like plastic surgery, majority of them don't,
They
unless
don't.
you want the high maintenance girl and you're looking for that specific look because you've been watching too much reality TV shows.
Right.
And you're basing it off what society should think of this, or the trends.
Right.
That's not a cool thing anymore. Like, no one's following trends, especially this last year. People have fallen off, like reality TV and stars and Hollywood thing. I don't even think I follow any Hollywood people anymore, because I don't want my children eventually to be looking at this stuff and following these people all the way to their grave.
Right.
That's not what we want. So when I say majority of men don't like plastic surgery, majority of men don't. We love you women, how natural looking you are, and we will
Right.
say that till the day we die. And you should appreciate us men who are saying that to you.
Right.
As women. Keep your men around.
It's crazy because I feel it goes also based on culture. Like, I've noticed it culturally. So, like, I'm half Hispanic, and I know from, like, being...
Hey, papi.
Mommy.
Oh, mom? Do you say poppy or
I'm
mom?
a mommy.
Oh, you're a mommy,
Mommy.
but you would say poppy, right?
to you.
Poppy chulo.
Papi chulo. So from that end, like, I know being half, like, I'm half Mexican. A lot of women in Mexico get, plastic surgery, and a lot of, like, other cultures too. I'm not going to pinpoint, but it's pretty evident with most, like, where you could tell who gets what in what
Yeah.
cultures and stuff. It's
Yeah.
known for certain things. Like, we could say, like, Brazil is known as the, like, capital of the world for, like, big time plastic surgery. Did you say butts?
Butts. Yeah. You know it, man.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even need to say it. And it's
Yeah.
funny because, like, a couple of years ago, I went on vacation to the Middle East. And again, not going to mention any specific country names,
I
but
think I know where she's going with this, because I know exactly. LEB.
stop. LEV, stop. But, like, we went out one night with my friends. We were at a nightclub, and it was, like, dead summer. The girls are absolutely stunning. It was like a runway show. I, like, stood back and, like, I'm not into women. But I could appreciate the fact that they looked amazing.
Yeah.
But at the same time as I was looking at them, I'm like, you guys all look like sisters. Like they look like they
same.
all went to the same plastic surgeon.
Cloners.
Everyone had the same dark long hair extensions.
Yeah,
with the
I
fake green
see
contacts.
that. Yeah. Oh
The
my gosh.
massive breasts.
That's a big thing there too. The contacts, eh?
Yes. A lot of people are like,
Huge.
oh my God, they have stunning eyes. And it's like, yes, a lot of people do have green and blue eyes. But I had no idea that a lot of them are wearing contact lenses.
Wow.
And the big bums and the tiny little waist and the little nose. And it was like looking at Barbie reincarnated into a human
Jeez.
being. And everyone looked like they came from the same mom and dad.
Did
It
they
was
have
insane.
like matching Ken dolls, like their boyfriends, like the same kind of like that?
The guys there, let me tell
they
you,
do
are
it to-
freaking good looking. Now, whether they get a ton of work done or
don't-
not, or
not
whether
you.
they get work done or not,
Yeah.
I don't know. The women, yes,
Yeah.
it's very evident that the women do.
Yeah.
The men, I'm gonna assume, are just, you guys are just good looking men. But I don't,
Okay.
yeah.
Good for you guys.
Yeah,
Good for you.
exactly. But it's just crazy that, even based on certain cultures, it's huge in certain cultures, and then in
Yeah.
other cultures, it's not so
Not.
big. So that's another thing that kind of worries me is like, why is this happening? Like,
Yeah.
what happened along the way as to why people are so focused on that in
Yeah.
certain countries where in others they're
Yeah,
not.
nothing. Like, where would you think that less people got that kind of stuff done? I would say like Japan, maybe China. Do they get work done? They just look like porcelain dolls, do they not?
I don't know. I've seen some interesting videos online as to like what they do. I really don't know.
Maybe the reason why I think that they look like porcelain dolls is because they use a lot of makeup and stuff.
Yes. But see, that's one thing. I feel that if you're using, makeup, it's not altering yourself physically.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, you're never going to be able to go back to what you used to look like and
Yeah.
your natural beauty.
Yeah.
You could throw on some makeup like we do every day as
Yeah.
women here in
Yeah.
like Toronto. I put makeup on and it's like, but at the end of the night, I wash it off,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
I am back to my like old natural self.
Yeah.
So there's a difference there.
Yeah.
So have you ever wanted anything done? Like
So-
being a guy?
So me wanting anything done, I honestly, I don't tell a lot of people this, and I think I've talked to my family about this once or twice. But yes, I actually thought about doing it before, and it's because I have a deviated septum.
Okay.
So apparently, you can get a nose job for free, and you don't have to pay for it because
I've
it's
heard
under
of
health.
that. I've
Under
heard of
health,
that.
right?
Yes.
It
It's like
falls
under OHIP or something.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it falls under health, and I said, you know what? I might get my nose done because the deviated septum. So I was telling them I want to get a nose. Maybe think of getting a nose job. But then I came to a realization where it's like, okay, I'm stupid for thinking that. My nose is not that bad. So I think for me, like, it came into my head and it was just like more of a, basically more of a thought.
But your nose is completely fine.
And it's fine. And I looked at myself in the
It's
mirror.
good.
I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I'm okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with me.
Right.
And so I think it was just some thoughts come into your head sometimes, and we actually have to just shove them aside and say, those are pretty much crappy thoughts.
Exactly.
Those are thoughts we need to fix.
Negative.
Those are negative, right?
Yeah.
And we got to work on ourselves a little bit more, I feel.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're all on the same page to
Yeah.
a certain extent.
Yeah.
Some more than others, but definitely.
And how about yourself?
Have I ever wanted anything done?
Have you ever wanted anything done? Yeah.
I wanted,
Uh-oh.
again, like I mentioned before,
I
I'm
think-
half Mexican and half Italian,
Ciao.
and you would think that I would have a nice big full behind. Nothing. Can I tell you? There's nothing back there.
It's flat from your back straight to your...
It's like
Straight
my
to your
back
ankles.
meets all the way down. I have one massive
Stop.
back.
Stop.
No, but
She
for the
doesn't.
longest
She
time, I
doesn't.
would tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, like, I just have a crack. Like, there's nothing back there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obviously exaggerating.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course, yeah. like women do.
Yeah, like I'm obviously exaggerating. So like I wanted to get a Brazilian butt lift for the longest time.
Yeah.
And that's not ass implants by, if people don't know what a Brazilian butt lift is, it's
Yeah.
basically you're taking fat from another area of your body and just inputting it in the back.
Yeah.
There. And so I wanted that done. Breast, even though I've been the same breast size since I was 12.
Me too,
I'm
girl.
okay with them.
Me
Like,
too, girl.
I'm okay up in the front. And another thing I think I wanted done was like I have a full, more like not rounder face, but a fuller face.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get like some fat removed, which I did not do.
Good.
Clearly you could see,
Good.
it's still there, but it was just a matter of me getting to a point in my life where I was happy with myself, and I'm good with it. Like I'm happy. I thank God every day that I'm healthy, and that's the main thing.
That is the main thing.
And again, going back to just loving myself and knowing my worth and knowing that like the people that I'm going to attract in my life are going to be those who love me for who I am.
Yeah.
And if they don't love me for who I am, then they're not meant to be in my life.
That's right. Yeah.
And
That's right.
it's time to eliminate those people slowly. But yeah.
And we have to figure that out. Like who we spend the most time with are gonna be the ones that are, directing us in certain places, right? So we
Right.
have to make sure we're staying positive. And if we find ourselves being more positive, we know we're with the right kind of friends or
Right.
people in our lives.
Well,
right?
finding people on your same kind of wavelength and like
Yeah.
frequency level of energy. Like I'm all about energy, and if you're vibing with,
You feel it.
you
yeah.
totally feel it. Yeah, you totally feel where is their focus? Is their focus on like things that in reality at the end of the day don't matter? So if you're up here and these people are down here, you're not going to lower yourself for those people.
That's right.
You got to find people who are on your kind
your
of same level.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
can either bring you down or turn you in another direction where you never intended to go, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So we don't really want that.
No, and especially for our like children that are growing up in today's society.
Yeah.
Like the young ones. And looking at, people like Kim Kardashian on TV
How
because
does
she's
it-
everywhere.
Yeah. So like, how does it affect the younger kids?
Well, you have a niece.
So I have two nieces.
Oh, two
one's
nieces.
one's in her 20s, early 20s, and the other one's like 10. And it's like when I look at her, I don't want her seeing these things and thinking she has to do this to her. Like women who have had it done. I'm sure you don't want these children doing exactly and running in your footsteps, right? That's not what I want for children. I want her to
No.
be natural and grow up to be natural and find a husband who's gonna love her for herself, just being natural.
Right. Because
You
those
know?
looks fade over time.
And they fade, yeah.
And you're left with the actual person and who they are
Yeah.
inside.
And that's the scary part.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna want the personality, the person inside,
Right.
not the person outside.
Right.
Because that's a deceiver.
Exactly.
So that's one thing with children, right? We want them to, follow a good road, which will lead them into a natural path, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I couldn't agree more with you
Yeah.
on that. I mean, I don't have kids and I don't have nieces or nephews, but I do see it with like my
Yeah.
cousins.
Yeah.
That they're trying to at such a young age, they want to look a certain way and they're focusing on like wearing makeup and like they're like, well, she has like, her nose looks a certain way and mine doesn't, and like what do I do to like contour to make it look that way? And
Yeah.
it's like, no, like you're so beautiful. You're a child. You should be outside playing with your friends.
Making
like,
silly noises, like just running around and doing your
Exactly.
thing. Do what little girls do and swing on the springs. Go for a bike ride and rollerblade and freaking play ball or something.
exactly. And just like be a kid. Like I remember growing up for myself, that never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Like I never thought to myself, oh my God, I need to look like so-and-so, or I need to have this size breasts, or, this
Exactly.
size bum. It's
Yeah.
not till now that I'm like, oh my God, I think I want to change
Yeah.
this and that.
yeah.
And you know where I noticed it most? So my nono, like my grandfather,
Yeah.
recently passed away, and me and him used to love playing with Snapchat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to
the face things, the
face
funny
thing.
ones, and
He used to love that, and I
Yeah.
only had gotten the app because of him. unfortunately he passed away, so like I
R.I.P.
stopped using.
My condolences.
R.I.P. Thank
Yeah.
you. So unfortunately, he passed, and I stopped using it.
Yeah.
But I went on it the other day, and I think I mentioned it to you. I can't even remember, but I used one of the filters, and I was like, "Holy crap! Like I look like $1,000,000. Like my
Yeah.
skin was
Yeah.
clear and flawless, and like my eyes were all bright." And then I don't know, I accidentally like shifted my finger on the screen, and it went back to like the regular camera, and I was like, ugh, like this is what I like really look
Yeah,
like.
because you're going from freaking something so fake and
Fake.
unreal,
Yeah.
and then you go back to yourself, and then you think, oh my gosh, I don't look good, or this and that, but that's not really
Exactly, but like think about it.
so
If
deceiving.
people are on TV and they're embedding this in young kids on a daily basis, and
Yeah.
I had a moment for like 5 seconds where I was like, oh my God, like I don't look good. Like for that split second, I was like, I don't look good. Like what is happening? And I was like, wait, like no, it's like I'm fine the way I am.
catch
It's
it.
just a filter, but I
Yeah.
catch it as an
Yeah.
adult. I feel with kids, they're not at a level mentally to catch that type of stuff. They're
Yeah.
very easily influenced.
They're sponges right now.
Exactly. We have to be very careful with what
Yeah.
they're being exposed to and the effect that it's going to have on them long term. So it was just so crazy that I had that like moment, and I was like, oh my God, like, and I'm an adult, and we get like so affected like that. Like
Yeah,
it's insane.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is what we have to watch out for with the kids.
Yes.
And so we have to be the teachers.
Exactly.
So again, it comes down to like self-love. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you don't love yourself, how are you even supposed to love other people?
And how can you teach that to them?
How could you teach? You can't.
You can't. No, you can't teach them and raise them to know their worth and their value, because they're so focused on what you're focused on. Remember, like they're, like you said, they're little sponges, and they learn from what they're surrounded by.
Yeah.
You know, whatever comes out of your mouth, whatever you see, monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey do, that's how
what
it
you're
goes.
doing, what you're saying, you're impacting their life. So we have to be very, very careful
Cautious.
and
yeah.
cautious. So
Yeah.
if we heal ourselves and we reach a point where we're happy with who we are,
Yeah.
then that's obviously something that we could put out to them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I believe that. And so we need to love ourselves. We need to come to a place where a realization,
Yes.
maybe if we've strayed, and just bring ourselves back to a natural way of living
Right.
again. Back to the basics.
Exactly.
I like that. Back to the basics. Let's get back to the basics. And we're not saying that don't go get it done, don't go get all this stuff
No,
done. And
everyone
you're
should do
you're
what they
wrong and
want.
you're bad and your way of thinking is horrible. We don't like you and you should
Right.
go and do your thing somewhere else. No, we're not saying that.
No.
We're saying if you really feel you have to do that, you go and do that if you think it's going to help you. But at the end of the day, we're saying you are natural. We love who you are natural.
Exactly.
You don't need all this stuff done. But yeah,
And limits, putting a limit on it, and
Yeah.
just not
If
becoming
anything.
obsessed and addictive with it.
Yeah.
Like everything needs to have a balance in this life.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. If anything, right?
If anything. Anything. Yeah.
So we're back. It's Josue and Lisa here at 98.8 Sexy Smooth Jazz. And if you liked what you heard today, then come to www.sexysmoothjazzwithlisaandjosue.com.
I swear this guy should have his own sex show and I should just be gone. Like, you are the male version. I said it last time of that lady.
That lady? Yeah, come down. We are here and we are ready to go. No, but I think I honestly should have a sexy jazz show.
Oh, jazz.
Jazz, sexy smooth jazz. Here are the hits. Number 1, we got Freddie Johnson with the hit Come Hit Me More. Whoa.
Oh, you really want this song.
I actually kind of thought about it. Without her, I actually was like, maybe I could do this thing on my own, this like sexy smooth jazz thing on the side without her knowing, and just come out with like 20 episodes.
I would.
Well, you'd find out. You see, you'd be like, "Yo, this guy was. This is what he was doing the whole time on the side, making a smooth, sexy
Truth
jazz show."
always comes out. God always brings the truth to light.
That's right.
Let's
That's
just
why.
Put that out there.
Yeah. He brings the truth out, so you'd find out about
Of
me
course.
on the side having this smooth, sexy jazz show without you.
Yeah.
Even like to have you on the show as a side, you know?
Like as a side piece.
At least, right? I should. But finding out that I wasn't and I was doing a solo thing, you'd kind of be pissed.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I would be supportive. I mean, if this really means a lot to you, then
The smooth, sexy jazz show?
I don't have that. I don't have that voice.
Okay, let's try. Let's try and get a voice on her. Cause I tried it for her last time, but like, hi, you gotta, try it.
A smooth, sexy.
No,
jazz voice?
like even your own radio voice. You have a little radio voice on there?
Do I? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Wouldn't even know where to start. Like, hey, this is KFLH.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Thank you for watching today.
Thank you guys so much.
And we will be back again next Friday doing this again with some other cool topics.
Which we're not going to tell you about because we want you to tune in. That's the whole point.
That's
just
right.
Tune in.
So just tune in and we will be back. And we love y'all. Make sure you subscribe, comments, like.
And we're on Spotify now.
We are on Spotify. So if you don't, again, want to see our faces, which we're naturally beautiful, right?
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Smooth, sexy, and natural.
Oh
And
my
calm
God.
down. So if you guys want to come listen to us and don't want to see the faces, come to our Spotify at The Anchor Podcast. You can find us in our links on Instagram, our link tree on YouTube. We have a link tree. We have everything on there, our Instagrams. So if you guys want to come listen to us and not watch us, go on Spotify. If you guys want to hear us and watch us, come to our YouTube.
Do both.
And do both, yeah.
Yeah, we would
Send
love
the links.
support.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. You're having fun.
We're
we
having
got some
fun.
good feedback. We're having fun.
Yeah.
We're all having fun. So let's have fun together. You and me, Lisa's here too. And we will have a great old sexy time. Now tune into some jazz. Take it from here, Lisa. It's the Sexy Sax song.
Yes.
It's like one of my favorite Sexy Sax songs.
Of course it is.
Anyways, I think we did good.
We did good. Have a good one, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Done.
Have a sip of that wine, girl.
Hello.
What track is that? I'm gonna sing with you.
I believe our children are.
Oh, I thought you were gonna sing I believe I could fly.
I believe I could
touch the sky. I think about it every night and day.
Wasn't there a remix to that?
She is getting into the smooth and sexy jazz hits.
Hello. Hey, how are you? His dog hasn't had a bath in like 4 months. That dog's breath stinks like.
So you guys started a new podcast there.
Yeah, we're on it right now with Anthony here. He's our third. Say hi to our viewers.
Hi viewers, how are you?
We got a bunch of clowns running this country and it's ridiculous.
Actually, no.
We should actually set up a large circus and have them in it.